we have to finance the promotion of tolerance. We finance weapons and internal security and spend hundreds of millions and billions on it, but we have almost no funding actively promoting tolerance.
We're joined by Dr. Hubertus Hoffmann, founder of the World Security Network. Thank you for joining us today. Tell us, how would you judge the world's appetite for tolerance as a tool for peacekeeping?
One of the main problems is we think there is tolerance when we do nothing. It's very naive. It's like you have a nice garden or a lawn and you do nothing. After a while, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it looks not so good anymore. So I think we have to actively work, each of us, not only the politicians, to promote respect and tolerance towards other religions, ethnic minorities and races.
So what success stories can you share with regards to tolerance, among governments or among communities?
We are focusing to promote the establishment of ministers of tolerance. The first Minister of Tolerance was Sheikha Lubna, United Arab Emirates. She was appointed in February 2016. And what is the minister doing? The minister is working on a national tolerance agenda with many NGOs and different groups in the country. And he's presenting a tolerance annual report to the parliament and to the public. And he's taking care of actively promoting tolerance towards other religions, ethnic minorities and races in the country. And we have to finance the promotion of tolerance. We finance weapons and internal security and spend hundreds of millions and billions on it, but we have almost no funding actively promoting tolerance.
And how do they, once we have policies surrounding tolerance, and you said about ministers for tolerance, how do they turn policy, I suppose, into action among the communities, among the people where that difference is going to be made?
It's quite interesting that it works. We have the best practice from the several years of the work of the Ministry of Tolerance, United Arab Emirates. So it's at the end, it's on action, and it's very important is to enhance the dialogue. In many countries, different groups live there, like United Kingdom, but the Pakistani meets the Pakistani people and the English people. So there's a kind of silent separation. And I think that the main thing is to promote dialogue. And dialogue is the mother language of humanity, and dialogue helps basically to transform enemies into opponents and opponents into friends.
Now, looking at the work your organisation does, how does the narrative and policy of governments with a more nationalistic agenda affect the work that you're trying to do?
They neglect the tolerance issue. They work on polarization and superiority of their own, basically, group.
Sure.
And that is always a mistake in any country of the world. Sure. So we think that in a globalized world, you have to be open to this diverse, and that does not mean that you invite everybody to come to your country, because tolerance is not a one-way street. It means as well tolerance for the majority by the minority. It cannot be that tolerance is only defined by the minorities get it all, and the majority has to be silent. That's not working. It's a two-way street and a two-way dialogue.
Absolutely. We saw this week, of course, the Conservative Party gaining quite a resounding majority in the UK elections. How do you see that vote affecting, I suppose, approaches towards tolerism within Europe, given the UK's stance towards Brexit and moving out of the European Union?
We have in all European countries, we have a strong national feeling. It's a kind of wave, We had a big wave of migration, especially in Germany, and a big wave of other foreigners from European countries. Like for you, I was a foreigner when I lived in London. Sure. Or the Polish in London working there. So it's natural in a way that the reaction is, I feel strange in my own country. So we have this wave. We have to talk, as I said, with a dialogue. And of course, we have to promote we say in Germany, the Heimat, the homeland. We have to enhance the good feeling of the people, the pride of the people for national small things. And this is where politics, in my opinion, including economic politics, has just started. In small cities in United Kingdom, the pubs are closed. We need pubs there. In Germany, we say Kneipe to it. We lose in the villages. We lose the small traditional restaurants, and we lose Heimat. We lose home, and this we have actively to work against it. We have to save this home feeling as well everywhere in the world.
Absolutely. Looking a little broader, what do you believe the next generation must do differently compared to their predecessors towards peace strategies and developing peace strategies and implementing them?
We have, first in general, we need fresh new politics. I would put it like this: we need a mission future, we need new politics 3.0 with hearts and minds. Sure. So it has to be rational but emotional as well. We have to get away with all ideologies, if it's socialist or XXL capitalist. We have to have a pragmatic approach to improve the life of the people. That's the one thing. And we have to use this creativity using Einstein thinking. He said, you cannot solve the problems of the world on the same level of thinking where you have created them. And he said, imagination is more important than knowledge. We have to be active, soft factor, creative. And this is something I appreciate here from the thinking of this forum and of the government of Qatar, that they have this mindset to look for something new. And we have to contain the radicals. I think the radicals we have actively to contain. That's part of the soft factor as well. And the radicals, if you look at it, it's a Salafist, Wahhabist. It's as well large parts of the Muslim Brotherhood and of Iran, mullahs. So we have to, in this world, and the white supremacists and the neo-Nazis in Germany, we have actively to contain them. And we give them too much room to maneuver. And it's kind of a poison. They can produce poison, and we have to get away with this.
Sure. Dr. Hoffmann, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.